All right, so our next one, it was Melina and Thunder Rosa versus Taryn Terrell and Kylie
Rae.
Oh, that's her actual name.
Yeah, it's her actual name.
Okay.
Who is also known as Kylie Rae.
Kylie Rae.
Came out of retirement.
Yes, came out of retirement. It's like, oh my God, this is the most fun person. It's like, okay, we all know why she went on retirement because of depression issues. And it's like, I mean, come on. Like, can we... Kayfabe is kind of shattered at this point. Can we not? The match itself was great. I like this match.
It was a good match.
Melina was a little out of shape once again.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, it's like you got to be in shape.
Thunder Rosa, Taryn Terrell,
Taryn Terrell was awesome.
Taryn Terrell and Kylie Rae, oh my God. Those three can fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
And Melina's great because she actually is a veteran, which is fine.
Right. She gives a credibility there, right. But you had the time to prepare, and I just don't think that was the case. And Melina
makes me think that Johnny Drip Drip likes them women larger, huh?
I guess, my God. But Melina had this huge-ass knee brace, and I feel like there might have been a correlation between that knee brace and the shape that she was in. Because this was not peak Melina, let's put it that way. This was not peak Melina.
Oh, God, no. Peak Melina was like decades ago. Let's calm down.
Right. Taryn Terrell and I think it was Thunder Rosa definitely have a rivalry going on.
Oh, yeah.
And Kylie Rae rolled up Melina and used the tights, but then said, sorry. So I like this...
I like this anti-hero sort of thing.
I like this heel Kylie Rae where...
I like that too.
I like it a lot. So if Kylie Rae is back on NWA, continue with this pseudo heel Kylie Rae.
I like this.
I like it a lot. The match itself was fine. I thought there was good pacing. All the women worked very hard, and all the stuff was very good. Even though Melina was not in the best of shapes, she still put in work.
Yeah.
And you got to give her that credit. Obviously, Thunder Rosa is awesome. Taryn Terrell's really good, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She's definitely back in ring shape, and Kylie Rae has always been great. So it was a really good match. I really like this one. All right, so let's make this majestic again. So, number one, before we even fucking get into it.
Let's not change the commentary team ever, except that Nick Aldis is not
Chris Adonis.
Chris Adonis is not Chris Masters.
Okay, they were a little excited. I'm not going to bitch about that, but yes, never change your commentary. Everybody there is so important.
Yep.
And they did such a great job. NWA, don't change them fucking ever. Even like Tim Storm, Velvet Sky, no, don't do it.
I hope the crowd gets bigger.
They will.
They will.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when they said that When Our Shadows Fall was actually going to be with like live audience, I think it sold out in 10 minutes.
It did.
Yeah, so
it did. Mickey James Aldis was there.
She was there, but she didn't show up on the pay-per-view, which I'm not surprised about because I think she has a 90-day. So, I mean, she can be there. She's going to be a part of that women's division, which will fucking make not only that division, but Pro Wrestling Majestic again. But now here's my issue once again. So NWA has been sitting on When Our Shadows Fall. They announced this like a month and a half ago. And they only announced the one world title match for weeks and weeks. And people were like, what is it? They announced the entire card in like one day, like 4 days ago. Why? Why did you not promote literally anything else? They were like, oh, here's a 4-way and here's a triple threat. Why didn't you do anything? I think the only other match maybe that I can possibly think that actually had a rivalry going into it was Tyrus and Pope.
Right.
Other than that, I could not give a shit, care less about anything else that was happening. That was a little bit frustrating. So let's go into this. So with the Fatal 4-Way, great showcase. I really wouldn't do much with this match.
No.
I like the fact that they brought in the Triple A and established that partnership a little bit.
I would work on some of the spots a little bit better. I understand it wasn't full mat floors, but...
Right. Also, the one thing is, Sam Adonis. It had to be Sam Adonis.
Right.
Why did you have his name change here? We all know who it is. We weren't going to get confused. Why?
Right.
But I thought it was overall a fantastic showcase of some great wrestlers.
Right.
I thought you were going somewhere. No. Oh, okay.
Also, the spots were away from the fans. I felt bad for the fans.
Yes, they were. It was like across the way because the fans were sitting on one side, and they did a lot of the diving spots literally on the opposite side of the ring.
What I would do is I would have made the fans like a V formation. I would have done the spots on that side.
I would have too.
Yeah.
That'd have been really cool. I think the fans would have really enjoyed that. To what I'm going to assume is that there was some COVID restriction about that because the guys went over there, but there weren't like any high fives or anything.
Right.
So I'm going to assume that's what that was, and I'm going to accept that. But overall, that was fine.
Yeah.
Maybe put down some fucking pads because every time they did a dive, I was scared to death. What was our next match? I can't even remember. Oh, Pope Tyrus.
Fuck this, man. God, the spots were so bad. Tyrus, he in shape.
Yeah, Tyrus, you gotta at least lose like
I
20 pounds.
love your character work, but God, get in shape, man.
He really does. The Pope really tried his best. I will say that.
The Pope cannot. He
did like a punch in the gut, trying to do an uppercut.
He is struggling carrying that match on his own. He needed someone good to carry that match.
Or at least help him along with it. I think Tyrus was just not quite there yet. I think it's just because he wasn't in shape. And that sucks. Austin Idol.
All the spots. I mean, the spots were bad, but that's just Tyrus not being in fucking shape.
I did like Austin Idol. I thought he was a great little distraction, and then like the little sneaky. Here's like a brass knuckle, whatever. What I did like was that they did not show what the item was for the punch. And also with Pope being a Golden Gloves boxer, I thought that the ending was very poetic. Yeah. So actually, I was okay with this ending, and I'm actually excited to see what they do next. But just Tyrus needs to get in shape. But, that's here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
Right.
Women's tag team match.
Was it the women's tag? Yes, it was. Okay. So with this... Oh, wrong one. Wow, I'm doing fucking great today, aren't I?
You are.
We're just going to continue. Okay, there we go. So, once again, I think Melina just needed to be in a little more in-ring shape.
A bit better ring shape, but otherwise it was a great match. Rosa, Terrell...
I kind of hate saying this, but I feel like Thunder Rosa's kind of overshadowing other people in this division.
I think so too. But anyways, Terrell and Kylie were
a great addition to the roster. Yeah. They need that star power, especially. I hope Kylie Rae did sign a deal with them. Taryn Terrell, I know, did, which is awesome.
I think Kylie Rae is signed with Impact Wrestling as of right now.
She signed with Impact?
I think so. I think her contract's with Impact. Yeah. So, anyways, but I like the anti-hero kind of.
I like the heel. I like the anti-heel or the anti-hero heel.
Did you notice that her ring gear was all black?
Well, it was like a dark. Was it black or was it a dark green?
It was kind of a dark. I don't know.
It kind of looked dark green, but
it wasn't full black. It was like a light.
It was not the fun, happily tickly thing that you see here.
Right.
It was darker.
It was darker. Yes, it was definitely.
Once again, great symbolism. Yeah. There was a little more aggression on her too, which I really liked. I hope she does go full-fledged heel because it was cool. It was like when Bayley was hinting at being heel before she went full heel. I loved it. It was great. But I thought that was great.
Yeah, Melina's getting ring shape.
Fred Rosser and JTG.
Oh my God, this match is
this
match should not have happened.
This was weird. So number one, they did like no promo for this, like at all. I couldn't find anything regarding any kind of promo. JTG is going to be a great addition to the roster, and I hope we see Fred Rosser back in NWA because I think he actually fits that criterion very well.
So he's with NJPW right now,
right,
on a full-time contract.
Yep.
But obviously, because of the restrictions, because of the restrictions in the partnership, he obviously isn't going over to Japan right now. But these two cannot be in a match together.
Maybe a tag team. I can see them as a tag team.
Great tag team, but fuck, man.
I feel like there was something off with this. I just wouldn't put them in there until they can agree to maybe work a little bit more snug.
Yeah, it was not a very snug match.
This was not making Pro Wrestling Majestic again, and honestly, the best way to do this is one of those things where if it just doesn't work, don't try it. And this is just kind of one of those things where I just don't know what you could do to save this match.
don't know if the NWA does practice matches with these people, but it feels like this
sure.
one was put on at the last minute.
Yeah.
It literally felt like it was put on.
Yeah.
It was not very well done.
I can see that, definitely. 100%. So, I don't know why you keep doing that. I loved this match.
So the tag teams that didn't get along were very well done.
It was very well done. So one thing that I did not like, I could not tell if Aron Stevens and Kratos were baby faces or heels.
Yeah.
There was
a lot of blurring of those lines.
There was blurring of those lines, and I don't know. I did not know who to cheer for. I did not know who to boo against, and that bothers me. I kind of like it being laid out on.
And here's the thing: is that I normally don't like that. I like to make that decision for myself, but we're talking about the NWA,
which has not been running shows on a consistent basis in 2 months.
We're talking about the NWA, which is
traditional wrestling, right?
Which means that we should know who to cheer for and who not to cheer for.
Right, with Kratos was working with Jax Kane for a while,
and see that
and
was
then Aron Stevens was getting beaten up by the same guy. It's like, what the fuck?
That was my point. My point was this is the NWA. We need to know who to cheer for and who to boo against.
Right. It was super weird. This was a weird match.
It was. It was 80s wrestling, man.
Right. If I was going to do something like this, I would have either established the more baby-face heel dynamic or have just taken out one of these teams entirely and had a 2-on-2 tag team title
classic
match.
Tag team match.
And to be honest, if I was going to choose either between the War Kings and Latimer and Adonis,
I would have chosen Latimer and Adonis.
Really? I was going to choose the War Kings.
Latimer and Adonis, because they're very obviously heel because they're part of Strictly Business.
Right. So, and the War Kings, once again, you have that blurring of the lines. I can see where you're coming at.
And so the Strictly heel, and so we cheer for the baby faces.
Right, and which was Kratos and
I don't
Aron
even know
Stevens.
if they were baby faces, but
I don't know because they won.
Again,
they won with a low blow.
But you know, Latimer and Adonis were definitely the heels.
Right.
They were part of that heel faction.
Right.
But again, they could have set up a whole lot better. Let's talk about the women's match.
I wouldn't have changed a damn thing.
No, it was a great match.
So Kamille. Yep, Kamille won a number one contenders match. She was number one contender. She earned this title shot. They had the match. It was laid out great.
Yep.
Everyone did a great job. The only thing that I was going to say is that Kamille needs a little more work about her vocalizations on putting on submissions. She sounded like she was getting fucked in the ass, and that was really it took me out of the realm of what was going on because I was actually immersed until she was like, I'm like, God damn, are you giving birth to a caribou?
Anyway, speaking of giving birth to caribous, let's talk about Trevor.
I'm not sure how that segue goes into it. I'm not sure if you just called Trevor Murdoch a caribou or fat, but we're just going to
Yes.
So
But the ending of this match was. I understand why they did it. It was just awful, though. Like,
here's my thing. I know when Murdoch is going to win this belt. I know when he's going to. It's going to be when they can have 100% capacity people in the building. They're going to.
Trevor Murdoch is going to win this title.
He's going to win this title from Aldis. But here's the thing. If you're going to do that, do not put this match on yet. I feel like they were a little too
slap happy.
Because this is match number 2.
Right.
This is not match number 1. This is match number
really?
2. Yeah. Yeah, this is number 2. And both times it was some bullshit. So that was a weird part of this. Yeah, this was not his first opportunity.
Sounds like Trevor Murdoch's out for some blood then. I kind of like that.
Yeah, maybe
I think this is part of the storyline actually. You know what?
Maybe he's going heel?
No, maybe he's going to play anti-hero. Maybe he's sick and tired of being sick and tired. Maybe he goes stone cold on us.
Maybe. And then finally beats Aldis and wins this belt. But
and becomes this generation's...
Stone Cold?
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
You can call it that.
Well, if you're thinking anti-hero, it's Stone Cold.
Right.
That's Stone Cold
Right.
Steve Austin.
But maybe then he gets in a little bit of rivalry with Billy Corgan.
Right.
You're not following the rules of the NWA. I don't care if I'm not following the rules of the NWA. I'm gonna do what I want.
Right.
Anyways,
you went like Eric Cartman on oh god, what was the show that Eric Cartman was on when he was dressed up as the little hooker?
Oh, I know. I can't remember that one. That one was the one with
it was
I cannot remember.
I cannot remember. No, it was their spoof of Jerry Springer.
It was
that was it. It was a Jerry Springer spoof. But I mean, you kind of sounded like that.
I do what I want.
I think it would be cool, but to be honest with you, I kind of like Billy Corgan in the background.
I kind of do as well, but I would not mind having Billy Corgan be involved here and there.
Maybe just kind of beat anybody up where Trevor Murdoch can face anybody.
Right.
Because Aldis is a clear heel.
He is.
Trevor,
clearly the heel. He is the leader of the business.
And the thing with the Stone Cold is that he could face somebody like Kurt Angle, who wasn't fully healed, but then you could face The Rock, who was clearly, and then Triple H. I think Trevor Murdoch is going to go that direction, where he can face baby faces and heels, and he's kind of that middleman guy because he have a great match with anybody.
Right.
So
anyways, that's kind of how I would make it majestic again.
I'll be honest with you. If you really wanted to make this majestic again, I don't care what it was. If you were going to do this match, I feel like this was his time. I feel like this should have been the match.
Well, I kind of feel like it too, but now looking on it, if they actually go through with what I say, and I hope that Billy Corgan pays me for this one, that they continue on with that little rivalry.
Maybe we'll be the English commentary team for you guys.
We are, you know what? We already have an English commentary team that's a lot better than we'll ever be.
Probably. We'll learn Spanish and we'll be the Spanish commentary team.
I can't pronounce Imanables.
I think that's why we need it, because it would be really bad. That'd be.
That's funny. So yes, so thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this, remember to like this video.
What is on the books for next week? We got an no, you don't have an NWA. We have a NJPW show.
We have Dominion, which is actually going to be happening in a couple of hours, but obviously it's not going to overlap. But then also we have NXT TakeOver in your house.
Yes, we do.
So
we got 2 exciting pay-per-views next week. And
if you like this, subscribe, become a patron. It's one-time payment, and per like a certain money amount where we like add new shows.
Right.
So if we
hit a certain number of subscribers,
and then we'll add in Impact Plus shows to our regular reviews, and then so on and so forth.
Help us get to that goal by subscribing to our Patreon.
Right, it's like $5 a month, and when we release merch, you guys will like know all the newest stuff too.
Yeah.
So, and definitely subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends.
Now too.
Like the video, comment down below what did you think about the show. Not only here, but if you saw When Our Shadows Fall, it was great.
It was.
As always, be majestic.